Now this is a game that I'm going to have a hard time asking, what were they thinking? Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Now some of you may be thinking, this is going to be an easy game to ask, what were they thinking? Because it's the weirdest game I've ever played. And you're right on that. It is the weirdest. Now, you have to think, the time that this game came out, it made sense. Michael Jackson was close to the height of his popularity. He was everywhere. His music was topping every chart imaginable. But this game, however, still doesn't make sense. It's based off of a movie that Michael did of the same name. I've yet to be able to find a concise plot or any information, including on IMDb. The closest I can find is Michael Jackson must save a bunch of kids who've been kidnapped by a drug dealer named Mr. Big. Mr. Big is played by Joe Pesci, because when I think of drug dealers, I think of Joe Pesci. Really, all I think of when I think of Joe Pesci is I think of the robber from Home Alone. Now, I don't even know where to go with this. But you have several attacks, mostly where you kick or flick sparkles at bad guys that cause them to fly into the ether. At the end of each level, Joe Pesci will come out and sick a horde of bad guys on you, in which if you charge up your special attack, you can turn them all into backup dancers, and then they die. I'm not even kidding about this. This is what actually happens in this game. Now, to use your special attack, it uses your life, which your life is magic. You get more magic or life by rescuing kids, all of which are the same kid, at least in the Genesis version. The arcade version had several different kids, but I guess due to the Genesis limited constraints, you get one. You do get a random power-up that appears in certain levels, in which you turn into Bizarro Michael Jackson. And Bizarro Michael Jackson turns into a giant flying robot that shoots lasers and homing missiles. What? I have to know, was this a key point in the movie? I don't know. I don't know. The missiles drain your life, but the infinite lasers out of your eyes, however, are just your standard attack. So, you can use them as much as possible. The power-up doesn't last for very long. One advantage to it is you get X-ray vision and you can see where the children are, but it doesn't look like you can actually free them. I tried to free that one kid in the trunk of the car. I really have to ask. What? I have no idea. I was literally dumbfounded by this game as I was playing it, because nothing seemed to make sense. You flick sparkles and the bad guys just fly into oblivion. Like, where do they go? What happens to them? You open sewers by magically twirling on top of them. You open locked stairs by magically twirling on top of them. You break open caves in an Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom resembling level by spinning, and I get that Michael's dancing was amazing, and his level of kick-assery with his dance was second to none, but I'm still at a loss. And I'm at even more of a loss at the fact that you can make dogs dance. And then the white dog in this one is the special one. He will keep summoning other dogs until you defeat him. And apparently one round of backup dancing is not enough to beat him, like some of the other enemies in the game. The music, however, is really the most redeeming quality of this game. They're all digitized versions of Michael's tracks, which Michael himself did a great deal of work on. There's a lot of rumors about Michael's involvement in Genesis music. Rumors that persist to this day that he did the music for Sonic 3. Rumors that we will probably never find a definitive answer to, given the nature of the binding contracts between the Michael Jackson estate and Sega. But what confuses me is this level is full of zombies, and all you get is the thriller at the end of the stage where you make all of the zombies backup dancers. Joe Pesci comes out and summons zombies as a necromancer, because he now has that power as a drug dealer. But the only thriller reference is the dance and a little tidbit of the music. Honestly disappointing, given the emphasis of this level and the popularity of Thriller. And this is another level where you get magic Megazord power with Michael Jackson. Nothing about that makes any sense to me. I don't get why you turn into a giant robot. I also don't understand why when you rescue all of the children for a particular level, all of the bad guys vanish because Bubbles is riding your shoulder. Does Bubbles have the ability to scare off bad guys? I don't. There's nothing about this game that makes any sense to me. And it could be that I've never seen the original Moonwalker movie. But even if I did, I really don't think it would answer any of my questions. I feel as though that when I was playing this game, someone just slipped something into my drink. Or I had a fever and was hallucinating. The second to last level here is an endurance level, where Michael turns into a giant robot for the last time, and fights numerous gun-toting, green-suited enemies, before fighting Mr. Big himself. Now, I'm not going to actually show the fight with Mr. Big in this video, because that would just spoil it completely. The fact that I don't seem to take any real damage in robot form. I'm wondering if this is a level that you can actually lose. I mean, I can kind of understand if it wouldn't. It'd be kind of fun. And if you were unlucky and didn't catch the shooting stars previously, you'd want to spend all of your time as the giant robot now that you've discovered it. I don't know. I ask, what were they thinking? What was going on in their heads? But that's the end of it. I will leave you with the teaser for the last level, and I will see you all in our next installment. Till then, later everyone.